I'm not gonna stay on for too long. Just wanna hop on here, have a quick conversation, discuss a few things. Um, Not sure if anybody's up or anything like that. It's one of them late night, early morning ones. So, let's see. So what we talking about on this one? Like little notes that I was doing. So it's gonna be conversation of the week, and we're talking about different things. Gonna be talking about some adversity. We're gonna be talking about the economy, some about how the economy is going, some about the economy shift. Not sure if a lot of people noticed, but a lot of companies shutting down. So that means some layoffs will be coming forward. Also going to be talking about some things that's been going on with the SSI, the Social Service Administration as well. Um, says Social Service, Social Security Administrator as well. Just a few things. Also, shout out to one of the subscribers that came on and was like, for those people who receives the SSI, who usually receives SSI, like on the third or after the third, they won't be receiving two checks for the month of May, but they will be receiving one check because of how their payment come out and how their payment is placed. Um, so that's one thing I want to go over. So shout outs to that subscriber for that right there. Appreciate that one. Um, so definitely in regards to Social Security Administrator, they had did a 8% bump about a year ago. Actually, last year it got passed, and what happening now is that bump is starting to spread out, but it's coming through, and it's on like each year it trickles out for each year. So for this year though, it's starting to be an issue because the cost of living is not keeping up with what that bump was. So the cost of living adjustment payment is not keeping up with what that adjustment was supposed to be when they passed the law to help with bumping up the social service income, social security income. So with that right there, it's gonna be a problem for people who receives SSI, people who's receiving the people who's receiving like the SSDI, people who got the help with help with Social Security. So those people right there is not seeing the bump that they would like to expect because of how it is with inflation. So we got inflation on grocery, inflation on their health insurance, inflation on the even the prescriptions. So they're seeing inflation on a wide variety of things, but it's not taking up what the bump is. So the bump was supposed to help offset the inflation, and that's not happening right now. So that's one thing that we got to look out for. And I think the social service administrator, they have the senior citizen administrator, they have something like a coalition, like a an association that's trying to fight against it to see if it can be an extra bump for people who are on SSI or SSDI. Um, so it's a lot of things that's going on, especially with the economy and um, just cash flow period. So it's part of the adversity. So we're going to be facing a lot of adversity. So that's another thing that I want to be talking about. We're going to be facing a lot of adversity in terms of cash flow, in terms of how payments is coming out, in terms of layoffs, in terms of job growth. They're saying that the job market is strong, and that will affect if they would do a rate increase or a rate cut. Actually, a rate cut. So they're looking to do a rate cuts, but if the job market is looking strong, that means there's more jobs out there. That means the people will going to be spending more money and things like that. So inflation might continue to go higher. Um, so let me know your thoughts on that. Let's go to the chats, see what's going on. If anything, you can go to the chats and put your information in, and get involved. Let me know what you think about it. So adversity is going to be everywhere. So you got adversity with the economy, adversity with relationship, adversity with cash flow, adversity with debt, adversity with, that's another thing. Oh, let me see if I got that on my list that we need to talk about. Debt. um Another situation has happened where there's a shift. So because of inflation, a lot of credit card companies now are increasing their their interest rate. So they're bumping up their interest rate also, and it could vary because of, not because of what you did or what like your credit score or anything like that, but based on um I don't want to say the country's credit score, but basically the country's credit scores. You have these big companies that's like big creditors for um, international crediting. So for like the country, like for Japan or for Germany or for United States or Canada, you have these credited companies that track how the country is spending their money and compared to debt and compared to their GDP. So one of them was Fitch, and one is Standard and Poor, and I think Moody's and Fitch, or something like that. So you can do your own research and find out more about it. So what happened is the United States credit score basically had got a downgrade from these companies. So to take the impact, the banks and the what is it? The not the IRS, but the FOMC, right? So the FOMC who goes, actually they recently had a meeting, not the other day, discussing that cuts might not happen this year, but for the FOMC, when they increase or decrease their interest rate, then it takes an effect on the bank. But with the downgrade now, it definitely also affect with inflation. So then the banks in return has to also increase their interest rate, where at the same time we get affected. So a lot of things gonna go on. So that's gonna be some adversity that's we're gonna be facing. Um, Also, um, the solar flares that we just recently went through. What is it called? It was something in the sky. So that right there, certain energy is coming off of that. And shout outs to everybody who's on here live. But certain energy is coming off of that, which will affect our mood and our emotions and how we conduct ourselves in terms of going out into the world and being the best that we can. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is stress and managing stress and being able to cope with stress. So we might deal with stress with different scenarios. Relationship, could be work relationship, could be relationship with your spouse, could be relationship with your significant other, relationship with money, relationship with a wide variety of things. It's going to be an up and down battle because of what's going on with the one, for the economy, also with the energy that's going on with the solar flares and the eclipse. You, if you read about it, like do some research and go ahead and do your research, you can see that some of these things are being talked about and it's affecting our minds and our mood and our emotions. So we have to be self-aware of that. That's all. Also why I put in the title, having some kind of self-awareness. Oh, kind of get some probably with some gas. Excuse me on that one. So we gotta definitely have some self-awareness of managing our emotions, our mood, um, battling with other people and their emotions, mental health issues as well is gonna be also the thing. So it's gonna be some different shifts going on. So we gotta be mindful of what's going on in the world. Every moment is a precious moment, of course. So we gotta be grateful for it, no matter what we're going through. We have to be grateful for the moment. Be grateful for every little moment, and don't take things for granted, because in the long run, later on down the line, you will be kind of regretting that you take certain things for granted, and it might also affect your emotions by not being appreciative of what you have, even the small things, doing the small things in life and being grateful for it. So, um, what else? Some other things I want to talk about. Yes, the economy, spending, even though inflation, people are buying things that we don't need to be buying things. So we also got to be mindful of that. That's also part of the self awareness. So we got to be watching how our spending is, and that's the thing that I've got to work on, like budgeting and understanding budgeting, and in terms of finance and learning more about finance and budgeting, because budgeting is going to be a key factor going into the next like 6 months to the end of the year with the elections. Like, y'all gotta do y'all Google. Like, look what the things that's gonna be going on the next 6 months, especially towards election. Like, we are gonna see some changes in this country that a lot of us are not really ready for, or expecting. So we have to be self-aware of it. So that's being self-aware of your cash flow. If you have SSI coming through, if you have your income coming through a different way, you have to pay attention to that and how you budget it. You have to be self-awareness with the emotions of the economy as well as the emotion of your cash flow, because things are more expensive. So you're going to be end up spending money, and your savings going to be dwindling, and that will affect your emotions in a way that you might end up acting a certain way that you don't want to be acting. So that's another thing, being self-aware and being mindful of your purchasing, what you're buying things. Don't be buying things that you don't have the money to have. And I'm gonna be doing some videos about that too, because even like if you're doing the entrepreneurship and stuff like that, you have to like separate the two. So that's a mistake that I made, was in building a business, I was using personal credit and stuff like that instead of business credit. But that's a whole nother thing, a whole nother subject that's not on my notes right now of things to discuss for conversation of the week. So another thing though, we have to pay attention to our surroundings, pay attention to people who are around us, because sometimes people around us could, and not consciously, could be subconsciously, but their emotions also could be affected, their mood also could be affecting them. Going back to what I was talking about with the self-awareness, so their emotions and their mood can also impact your emotions and your mood. So you have to be self-aware of how you react to those emotions and those moods and those conversations and those connections, in terms of relationship, in terms of financing, in terms of communication, in terms of just a wide variety of things. So you have to pay attention, and with paying attention, you have to have some type of appreciation. So you have to have appreciation just for the being in the now, just being in the presence. So you have appreciation for that. Have appreciation for people who is in your life. Appreciation for the interaction that you're having with different people. And like I said, so it's going to be the appreciation as well as the self-awareness of the interaction that you're having with people. It could be a person going in a gas station, and sometimes I even see stories about this person going to the gas station, and say you hold the door for them, and they don't say thank you. Your mind, your emotion, you might want to react a certain way, like, well, damn, I opened the door for you, but their mind, their thoughts, they probably in a whole another realm, and they not even thinking about it. Then all of a sudden, their reaction to you is going to be something else. Then the emotions and everything else be on another level. You might be acting a certain way. So that's another thing that we got to pay attention. So once again, shout outs to everybody who's on here. Leave some comments in the comment section. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what's going on in your world. Your thoughts on some of the things that I'm discussing in this week's conversation of the week. So we got attention, we got appreciation, in addition to giving. Giving is also a good thing, and it helps with making your life be better. Is these three things: you're paying attention to emotions, paying attention to self awareness, paying attention to your mood, and then you're paying attention to appreciation. And you have an appreciation for life. You have an appreciation for the interaction. You have an appreciation for people who you're interacting with, that who's in your life. Definitely have an appreciation for people who's in your life, and then be willing to be a giving person to those people who are in your life, those people who you're appreciating, those people who you're interacting with. Be able to give to them, and it doesn't have to be something of monetary. It could be something of time, could be something being there, a person to listen, to be a person to listen to what they're going through or any problems that they're having, and appreciating that conversation, and be able to have that conversation and paying attention to them, and understanding that they also could be going through mood swings or emotional imbalance or emotional stress, or just what the world is impacting on them because of, like I said, what we are going through adversity, we're going through different kind of opportunities. We have to weigh the balances, so we have to definitely appreciate, and with that appreciation be willing to give in. So giving with time, giving with courtesy, being able to understand people and what they're going through. And it's not an easy thing, and these are things that I'm learning. So that's why I want to come on here and have a conversation about it, because maybe my conversation will also help you out with getting some of these things out and being able to live a better life, because that's what it's all about: living a better life, being more happy, less stressless, being able to get through stress, understanding that every adversity could be an opportunity to become better, to learn from it, um, and that's a lot of things. So I want to just go back to being appreciative, having gratitude, and appreciating the people in life, because you never know what's going to be going on. You never know how their mind is. You never know what they're going through or what kind of emotional turbulence they're having. And it might not just be you, but it could be just the world. It could be financing, it could be not understanding finance, it could be not budgeting right, it could be just the adversity that's coming from different angles, could be different people in their life that having their mood swings again, like I said, with the self-awareness, having the able to know what's going on, to be able to adjust. And you will have people who will criticize you, you will have people that will down you, you will have people in your life that you would think that is going up against you, and it might not be on purpose or consciously, but it could be subconsciously because of the emotions and the mood swings that we're going through. Like I said, the energies are changing. We have solar flares that's going on in the skies. We have election that's coming up. We have financing that's affecting us. We have inflation that's affecting us. So we're going to be going through different mood swings. So be able to pay attention, self-awareness, appreciation for life, appreciation for people in your life, be able to be given, and not just like giving your titles, but be able to give your time, be able to give courtesy, be able to just give, and be able to be open to receive people who are also given. So sometimes people want to bless you and be given onto you. You got to be able to accept those blessings and be able to um, be grateful for it. Sometimes people don't want to accept things because they think they're not too good, but they're, I don't know, because sometimes I do that, like, nah, I'm good. But be able to be open for your blessings. What else I want to talk about? Um, I think attention, appreciation, and giving was one of the main key things that I wanted to talk about. Um, finance and education, big thing that we got to work on, that we got to learn about. I'll be doing some more videos on that, different ways to budget and different ways to create more cash flow, different ways to bring more money in. Say you have a $30 a month bill, you want to be able to find these different avenues using online tools and online applications and be able to offset that $30 bill. Or maybe you're putting gas in your car, $25 a week. You want to be able to find a way where you're going to come up with that extra money, that extra cash flow to offset that $100 a month bill, or whichever way. So we're going to be talking more a lot more stuff about that. Um, so we're going to be talking about getting over doubt and fear also. Um, yeah. So self-awareness, like, let's get back to the self-awareness, and it's helped to change for the better. So you got to think of your unique gifts and talents. So think of your unique gifts and talents will also help you get further in life. And that's within the part of self-awareness. So you're going to be thinking of how you can change for the better. So you're going to have unique gifts and unique talents. You got to tap into the unique gifts and the unique talents. Tap into the unique gifts and unique talents and be able to become better, right? And that's coming in between getting over doubt and fear. Getting over doubt and fear. Doubt and fear set us back big time because we're not we're not focusing on what we can accomplish. We're focusing on what if we fail, and worried about what other people will say if we fail. But if we get over that doubt and fear and be able to be willing to fail and willing to learn from the failure, it can help us to get a long way. So get over doubt and fear. And yeah, it's easier said than done, but it's a tough thing to get over doubt and fear. One way you can get over doubt and fear is you can meditate. You can meditate on your goals, your dreams, what you want to accomplish, and be able to write down your steps that you're willing to take. That will help with getting over doubt and fear. Believing in yourself, talking to yourself. I mean, that might sound crazy, but yeah, you gotta talk to yourself. You gotta be your number one champion, your number one cheerleader, your number one coach, um, your number one go-to person. Sometimes you just gotta talk to yourself. Don't Now if you hear yourself talking, well, I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but um, be able to talk to yourself, and that can go a long way because sometimes you got to be the first person to go to coach you, and even sometimes you got to be your worst bully yourself into what you got to do. Get over procrastination, get over doubt, get over fear, and be able to become better. So shout out to everybody who's on here, everybody who came on here. Appreciate you all coming on. If you can, just hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Shout out to all the subscribers that hopped on. Let me know your thoughts on some of the things that I discussed. Discussing about adversity. Um, I was discussing about Social Security and Social Security Administration and the bump in the Social Security payment, the cost of living adjustment payment, but it's not really helping out as it should for senior citizens or for people who are on SSI or SSDI because the bump is not offsetting inflation because inflation tends to be more than what the bump is. We also talking about stress and dealing with stress and stress in relationships and stressing with emotions, stressing with about money and money relationships and financing, and be able to balance in that stress. We talked about having every moment and having every moment being precious and sacred to you. So every moment is precious and sacred, and being able to appreciate it. And we also discussing in terms of like budgeting and buying things and cut back from buying things that we don't need. And like we definitely gotta cut back from buying things that we don't need. Um, Cause we buying things to like to impress others and stuff like that. Like I was on a conversation with with a coach, and they was saying like you rather invest in like material things that's really have depreciation, that's really not going anything or anywhere, instead of investing. Well, what he didn't say, he said buying, because when you buying stuff, you basically are consuming. You buying things, and it's going to be depreciating, instead of investing into your business or investing into yourself, where you can have some kind of appreciation or some kind of ROI. Or if not, if you have a business structure right, or if you have a business set up, you can do it as a write off. And I was like, oh man, that's some good truth right there. So even that we got to look at. Um, we gotta definitely have attention and appreciation and giving. So attention to people, attention to your surroundings, attention to your emotions, attention to your mood, and also have attention and appreciation for people in your life, appreciation for people who you're interacting with, appreciation for the lessons of life. Definitely appreciate that, because it helps you become stronger. And be a given person, be given of your time, be given of courtesy, be a given person. Even if you don't have money to give, you can probably give 25 cents out of a dollar, or 10 cents out of a dollar, or be able to be a given person and be able to appreciate. That's one of my key things for this week, appreciation, because so many stuff right now is going on that you have to be appreciative for the smallest thing in life to the bigger things in life. Just be appreciative of a lot of things. Self-awareness, having self-awareness, knowing what's going on around you, knows what's going on within you. It can help you change for the better. And because you have unique gifts and you have unique talents, so you can be able to push yourself to become better, and also get over doubt and fear. So those are some of the things that I discussed in this week's conversation of the week. Thank you for being on here. Thanks for everybody who copped on. Thanks for the likes, the subscribes. And I don't want to keep you much longer. I probably went longer than I thought. I thought I was going to be on here for like 15 to 20 minutes, but almost 30 minutes. So once again, I want to thank you for being on here. Let me know if you have any comments, any thoughts, and stick tuned, because I'm going to be doing some more videos because of the economy. I definitely want to work on some videos of having more cash flow coming through on these different things that I'm going to try out to create more cash flows. A lot of free things that I'm trying out, and I'm trying to bundle them, because I'm going to be working on an ebook as well as a course, in order to be able to have these things, because I've been using these things in order to offset like bills, like extra bills that comes in and supplement in order to pay off bills, or have extra money. It might not help you rich or anything like that, but it definitely help. And also be doing some more videos on budgeting and learning about personal financing and finance education. So once again, it's NZD. Stick tuned for that. I'm going to be doing a lot, because it's things that I've learned that I need to do, that I'm going to start implementing, and I want you to learn about it as well, so you can also implement it and help to become a better person. So that's going to be some financial educational videos and some cash flow videos, in addition to what's going on with the economy. So once again, it's NZD. Hope you got some value out of this, and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.